may not look like it, but believe it or not, we're in Arizona. We're in the Coconino National Forest, not too far from Flagstaff, which is why we have, well, trees. And I'm wearing a hoodie because it's a little bit chilly here. We just had a thunderstorm pass through, and I'm hearing thunder over there too. So I'm gonna try to squeeze a quick video out before we get rain on again. One of the last videos I did was the tour of Smokey II right after I built it. That was back in April. I think it was April. Anyway, I have made a few improvements and changes since then. Let's check them out. One of the few things I did not like about this van is it has the crummiest of all of the available stereo options. Just this tiny screen, no Apple CarPlay, which is something I got really accustomed to having in my other van. So I added Apple CarPlay. This is just a cheap unit I got off of Amazon, and I just attached it right above the stereo. It gives me Google Maps, although it's over on the Cygic app right now, but it gives me all of the Apple CarPlay stuff that I like. As you can see, we're close to Flagstaff. I'm not showing you my actual location, but this is nearby, and it works great. I'll have a link to the Apple CarPlay unit as well as everything else I'm talking about in the description of this video. I'm still using the fish cleaning table as my sink and counter. It's working great. But instead of a table behind the driver's seat, I have built a little cabinet here instead. It's just some wood that I picked up, and it takes the place of that folding table and is a lot more rigid. All of my electrical stuff is behind this pegboard, but all I have to do is remove a couple of screws and I have full access to the whole electrical system, which I've needed on occasion when things have gone awry. As far as the fridge, well, it doesn't shake around anymore, and I should have done this before shooting, but this is live TV, right? I got a couple of turnbuckles on either side going into eye hooks in the plywood on top that keep it from shaking around. This piece of plywood, by the way, was in my old storage unit in New Hampshire and already cut to the perfect size to fit this space. So, guess it was meant to happen. I've added a DVD player that just plugs into the TV. I got my DVD collection out of storage, so now I needed a way to watch them, so here we go. I have screwed the fish cleaning table counter thing directly into the side of the bed with a little bit of angle iron to give it some extra strength. This means I can't just fold up the bed anytime I want, but if I need to get to things like my heater, I can just unbolt this and then I can get access to it. Yes, I said heater. When I got to New Hampshire in June, it was frickin' cold. I had to get out the old Olympian Wave 3 and my propane bottle just to get comfortable in the van. I was waiting to install the heater until I got to Oregon, but it was so cold in New Hampshire, I bought it and installed it there. The heater itself is buried way back there. This is the outlet for it. I just have that blowing out here. I use it in conjunction with my MaxAir fan. I leave the lid closed, but I turn the fan on blowing down, so to help circulate the air around the van. The tank that came with the diesel heater worked, but then it fell off the door where I had it mounted before. It was really nice. I was able to get the diesel fuel and just fill it up from outside without spillage, but then that fell off the door and started leaking. So all I got was just this basic diesel fuel jug. This piece of hardware here came with the diesel heater. It's intended to bolt into a vehicle fuel tank, but it works absolutely perfectly just squished in instead of the standard nozzle that comes with the fuel jug. I have a second one of these I keep in the trailer so I can have extra diesel fuel with me, but this holds 5 gallons, which is more than twice as much as the one that came with the heater, so I'm not going to need to get diesel for a while. Moving on to the motorcycle because it's here, I got a pair of Sedici saddlebags. These just go under the seat and give me a whole bunch of extra cargo space. This means I can make small grocery runs or run errands on the bike, which is wonderful, especially because I like doing that in quartzite. I had to replace my tank bag. The old one was out in the Arizona sun for many years, and it finally just wore out on me. The zipper died, and there wasn't enough solid material there to fix it. So I just replaced it with this one. It's not as nice, but it does the job. Also, my buddy Kate hooked me up with the Shinko 705 tires, which are better for dirt riding. They're not knobbies, but they're like 80% pavement, 20% dirt, and that's the kind of bike this is anyway, so they're a perfect fit. I've made a few changes in the trailer. Here, step into my office. No, seriously, I set up a camp chair here. When the bike's out, I set up the folding table, and I've got dual monitors. My iPad works as a second screen with my laptop, and that works really, really well. I just have an outlet that I installed up here, no big deal. Added a few license plates to the collection, of course. A big addition to the trailer is this BougeRV. I should unplug this so you can see the name. This BougeRV power station. It's the FORT 1000, 1120 watt hours. This is the big one they make. And they sent it to me to review for, well, all of my outlets and stuff. So it's working really well. I can say that truthfully. It's at 45% now, but you know, it's running my laptop. I've been working all week in here, running the laptop off this. I don't honestly remember the last time I charged this thing. I had meant to charge it on the drive from Pahrump, Nevada to Flagstaff, but I forgot. But that's okay, I got plenty of juice. So there'll be more coming about this later. Doesn't look like much, but that is an inflatable kayak. If you've been following me on Instagram or my blog or wherever, you've already seen some pictures of me out and about in the kayak. And I'm looking forward to doing some of that this winter, either at Imperial Dam and or Lake Havasu. The only flaw in my original design was this table. I don't know if you'll be able to get the idea from here, but this table was supposed to be my desk, but with the height the bed is at, because I bolted it right into the wall, it's at about the same height as the table. So I'd be all hunched over trying to work on my laptop here, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, I got the TV I can use as a second screen too, but I got that on my iPad, so that worked okay. And this table's come in handy for just, you know, a general workspace anyway, so it's fine. But I am truly amazed at how well this build, which I threw together in a month, both figuring out how to do it as well as the actual build, I'm amazed how well it's worked. Yes, I've added bits and pieces here and there, but as you can see, there's not a lot I've changed. I got a lot of it right the first time, which never happens. So I'm camping here with Adventuring with Amanda.
Hi, everybody.
Yay for collabs.
Yes.
And we just shot a complete van tour on her channel. You should totally go over and check it out.
It's like 23 minutes.
Yeah, but it's detailed. And if you don't want to do the whole piecemeal thing like I've done and just want to get the whole thing in one shot, she's got it.
Yeah. And we are like besties, so it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's good. You should go watch it anyway, even if you watch this one.
Like and subscribe.
All that good stuff.